Hi YouTubers, welcome to one of my videos. This is an update video. I haven't done a video for a while, so I thought I'd just give you an overview. We're not long back from our trip or adventure to Cromer, and I've had a few requests for people asking me about my fuel economy on my car. So here's a short video showing you the miles we did when we were down Cromer and how much fuel it did to a gallon. I'm going to try and show you how mileage we did for our holiday. Okay, the total trip mileage for Cromer and back was 257 miles, and we averaged 62.1 miles per gallon. The heater's sitting there ticking away nicely. The bench is a bit of a mess and this is where I had the roof done here, and originally it was plastic, see-through plastic, and it was brittle, falling apart. Somebody's painted the garage roof at some point and it's flaking off. I'm thinking of putting some what do they call it, is it Celotex boarding between to keep it warmer. Biggest issue is with this garage, it's not an obvious one, but the main drain for the roof is actually inside, which runs down now down that pipe. I've never seen a garage like this before. What I'm going to do, I'm going to board this over there because there's an air gap there, and all this paint flaking off is a bit of a pain, it gets everywhere. But yeah, crystal radio, where are I? That's one of the coils that's sitting there. Let's move some of this out of the way. Sitting there, it's just mounted. This is a Faraday shield between the coil, and that's the secondary coil. This will be the primary coil. I'm going to cut a front board for it, and we'll do a bit of soldering, and I've got to sort out a crystal. I've actually got a crystal. I know you can see it. It's mounted in this old bit of aluminium. It's a proper crystal for a crystal radio. Put that to one side. Work on that a bit later. This is the cat's whisker, and that goes on that crystal. It does work actually. It's not as good as a modern germanium diode though, which is surprising. Okay, the next update is to do with the garage roof. The garage roof leaked, and there's patches on the floor there where the water comes through. Had a new felt fitted on the roof. They've modified the roof for me, and where before I had like plastic sheets here which were lifting in the wind, we've had that replaced and wood put in, and it's been felted and everything else on the roof, and it's got new gutters and things like that, and new fascia board on the front. And what I've done, this is the internal drain for the garage roof. I've boxed all this section in myself, and right the way across where the drain is. What else have I done? Yeah, I've cut some wood and put some wood on these work surfaces here. Simple reason is they were slatted like that, and if you put anything down like a screwdriver, it would fall through the gap and end up on the floor. So I've cut up scrap bits of wood and done that, and the same with this side. There you can see it. What have I been doing? Yes, I've been building crystal radio sets and experimenting with different loading coils, and small ones with very thin wire and big ones, and this is my first crystal set radio I built. Yeah, it's alright, it works, sort of thing. And this is the second one I've built here. This has got a small audio amplifier in it. And I don't know whether you know or can see, there's a small amplifier there, and there to buy though there's a £1.99 to buy a little audio amplifier, so I bought one and fitted it to this crystal set. I have been experimenting with crystals, and you know, the proper crystal and cat's whisker. It does work. I haven't got one fitted to these. The problem is it's not as good as a germanium diode, to be honest. Very fiddly to work with. This crystal set uses a ferrite rod, and this one doesn't. This one's just a tapped coil. Now this one you can slide the coils up and down it to improve selectivity and tuning. One coil is matching the aerial, and I normally run about 30 feet. I recommend about 100 feet. I can't run 100 feet, so I run a 30-foot aerial wire down the garden. And I can slide these coils backwards and forwards, as well as having a small modern tuning capacitor sitting in there. It works okay, it's not that brilliant, and with both of them, because we have such a strong Radio 5 live signal in the area, it blocks out everything else. It don't matter what coils I use, how I slide the coils on the ferrite rod, changing the tuning capacitor, it still gets Radio 5, which is to do with sport, and I'm not into sport, so a little bit disappointing. But there isn't many radios still on the long wave and medium wave these days. It's all FM or digital. Next project I'm going to work on is to try and make a horn loudspeaker similar to what they made in the 1920s. And that's going to attempt next, but I don't think I'll be building any more of these radios. The only thing I've been doing in addition to all this radios is buying some test equipment, and this is a small piece of kit I just bought. It was in kit form, which I've put together, and it's a small signal generator which gives triangular wave, sine wave and square wave from 1 Hz to 1.4 megahertz. Well, this would be ideal for testing filters on radios, the audio filters and things like that. Obviously it's not calibrated, but I can use this with my other equipment, and I think it was about £6. It come with a case. It's quite an easy soldering project. Soldered it up, not my best soldering technique because my main soldering gun is packed in, so, but yeah, it works okay. For the money, I couldn't buy the knobs and the bits and pieces to make it, so it's easy to buy a kit and put it together, then buy the individual components. And the only other thing I want to talk about briefly is the motorhome. We haven't been down the motorhome since, well, for weeks now, mainly due to the bad weather, high winds, rain. The MOT's due next month, so I've got to get down there and check it out sometime and get it booked in. But while we've got these big storms and things, I can't really do anything much, and it's actually blowing quite a gale at the moment in the garden, and it's time to put the waste bins out, but I can put the black bin out, the big one, because that's got some heavy wood I want to get rid of. The other bins are so light because it's recycled, I daren't put them out. They'd be blown down the street across the main road. Same with the food recycling bin, can't put that out, it's just too windy. So thanks for watching this sort of update. There's not a lot happening, and but I'll put this video up just to keep people updated what's going on. And we've got no travel plans booked, and the simple reason is MOT is most important thing to get through next. So once again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, leave comments, you know, I always like reading them, and I'll try and respond to all of them, and if I can. Thanks very much, bye.